Good morning, everyone. British Lebanese coming to you from London's Islington, the heart of where all the terrorism is committed across Syria, Libya, Lebanon, Palestine, where it's orchestrated and organised here with the help of Israel's proxies, being America, France, Germany, all the NATO countries, and all the other countries that have been infested with the cult. This morning I come out of my house, I walk up the road, and I end up in Islington, and a community officer approaches me and starts to target me, telling me to stand aside, and he wants to talk to me. Why? Why does a community officer see a man wearing a Palestinian kippah? Yeah? Do I look unusual wearing a Palestinian kippah? Is that something that looks like worthy of targeting me, arresting me, wanting to arrest me? Well, I told him to mind his own business and to leave me alone, and I walked away from him. So if you get these community officers, the guy had such a strong Indian accent, and I'm not afraid to say that he had such a strong Indian accent, that quite frankly, he looks like, the typical example of what I've been continuously informing the public. These government policy enforcement jobs, be them community officers, be them police officers, be them traffic wardens, be them any kind of organisation under the disguise of a charity offering certain services to lure the community in, and yet have an agenda that's been dictated to and orchestrated by no other than the cult. No other than the cult. And in my videos I go into details of who these organisations are. A lot of it falls in within what I've been subjected to. Common purpose trained individuals. Common purpose is a significant movement, organisation, terrorist organisation. Check my podcasts. I went to the head office of where they instigate the common purpose here in London's Artillery Row, in the City of London, where the King of England is not allowed in without permission from the Mayor of the City of London, where they don't contribute their tax to England in the City of London. They are non-tax paying yet live in the country. They are their own army, their own police, their own laws, and they are armed. And as a result, it is an armed state within a state. Why am I saying that? Because when you have countries that go out and cause terrorism and go out to overtake the governments, like they're trying to do now with Iran, Iraq, I mean, you name it, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, the list is on. This goes on. I've had a brain fade But I wanted to do this podcast now because yet again I'm being targeted. This morning I phoned my law firm asking them that I wanted to ask a legal question that doesn't require them to want to reply with saying, yeah, we want £500 to answer that question. That question was whether, is it true that it is now a criminal offence to tweet a scene of missiles being fired at Israel? No, I never got the reply to that. We don't know, I don't know. But if I do see any, I'm still going to tweet them despite that, because if this is a law, yeah, I don't know about it, and no one told me about it. And if I get found guilty of tweeting at it and get put before a judge, you bet your dollar I go around to that fucking judge's house on a public pavement outside his house with a camera and a microphone recording a live broadcast as I am right now here. One of the questions I asked is Jeremy Corbyn lying about what his brother said, Piers Corbyn? Piers Corbyn confirmed to me that he was in charge of my, quote, presidential case and my 17 days hunger strike. Piers Corbyn used to be a councillor as well. So Piers Corbyn is pretty clued up on the laws. And when I met him in Westminster Court, as he was coming out from a court case where he was charged with protesting for Palestine, basically. That was when he told me that he asked me a question before he answered me, and it was Jeremy Corbyn leader of the Labour Party at the time? And I said yes. Assalamu alaikum with my left. Assalamu alaikum with my right. He said yes. So therefore Jeremy Corbyn was indeed responsible for my presidential case when I was on hunger strike. So why is it that Jeremy Corbyn's trying to say to me he's in North constituency and I live in South Islington constituency? I already knew that. We're not fucking stupid here. I had someone who's come over on a 20-foot container. Can't you hear the way I speak? Yeah? I already know that I do not fall under your constituency, Mr. Jeremy Corbyn. I addressed you this morning. You was debunked by your own brother, Piers Corbyn, who I met. And I've got his phone number, and I've been receiving messages, text messages back and forth, and he's been forwarding them to you. And you try to wash your hand from responsibility. Well, I told my lawyer, yeah, I could possibly come outside your house on a public pavement at any particular day and record a video outside in the street on a public pavement, which I paid my taxpayer money under Section 33 of the Photography Act. I could do that. They told me I would need to speak to a lawyer who deals with publicity. Can't remember what the word was. And they're going to look into seeing if they can help me. Now, if I don't get any joy from that, so what's the next stage? There are people who are listening to my podcast right now. There's several hundred of you right now live. You can't see it right now until a little bit later because I'm doing a live broadcast and it doesn't show. But the moment I click, there's several hundred of you right now online. Let me tell you about Jeremy Corbyn in detail, what his role is in this country. Because you people out there, you Arabs out there, you haven't got a clue of how the cookie crumbles here. Jeremy Corbyn, Piers Corbyn, George Galloway, Bernie Saunders, all these names here, their role, they work with the same two sides of the cheek, off of the same arse. They work with them. They work with the government. They are part of the government. They are there to voice a balance between the extremism that they are doing now and the ones that portray themselves, the pretender anti-Zionists, I call them, as the ones who are shouting empathy. And what do? The non-white boys, us non-white men, we believe their aspirations and their hopes. Well, Stop the War Coalition was designed to stop the protest and control the protests and control the Occupy. That's what it was designed to. George Galloway's job in his role right now on YouTube, as he only days ago complimented Elon Musk. You know, that guy that went to Jewish school. Yeah? And yet he slags him down and wants to sue him, and then only recently he talks of buttering him up. George Galloway's role is no different from Piers Corbyn, Jeremy Corbyn and the rest of those who are pretending to be anti-Zionist, anti-cult. This is the facts I bring forth. Yeah, you journalists won't say that. You won't say that. There's a difference between me and you journalists, which is why I address you too in my podcasts. Let me get myself a coffee. So I've been walking around with this, is now being seen as toxic. And he smiles as well, because what? He sees this. Indian fella. Amazing the reactions of people when they look at you wearing a kippah. It's not often I wear a kippah, but I'm wearing it today. I assured my solicitor that I'm not going to do anything stupid, and to assure their management that I wouldn't do anything stupid, because the reports that have been written on me, including the probation report, yeah, so evil, so fucking white racist writing shit like that, like the white racist probation officer I was confronted with, the blue-eyes old cunt who looks like he's a member of the National Front or some kind of fucking racist organisation. Shufu. Transport. That's transport. Police transport, please. I thought he was a community officer because they dress up like that. Jeremy's role is to defend the government, and the sooner, and so is George Galloway's, and the sooner and the quicker you realise that, the better. Everything that George Galloway says on his shows, yeah, I'm just going to put you down for a sec. Sometimes when you're getting money, yeah, someone will attempt to talk to you while you are about to withdraw the money, like that. Be careful when that happens. It's happened to me once before, and while someone was pretending to talk to me, the other person took the money off. Oh well, just get a nice compliment, smile. Yeah, it was when I was dating my ex, that Jewish lawyer. And as I turned back to collect the money, it didn't give out any money, or I didn't see it give out any money. It's because I turned away and someone else, his co-defendant, took that money. So that's a little trick there that I'm influencing. It's like sounds like a fucking dangerous word, that, doesn't it? Influencing the public with. So I'm waiting to find out about a lawyer to deal with Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn's. I can't even explain to you exactly into micromanaging the incident of Jeremy Corbyn's refusal to take on my quote presidential case and my 17-day hunger strike complaint, which I raised in 2016 with him continuously every year, continuously phoning every year. They don't answer, they don't reply, they don't respond every year. Why leave it that long? Why dig into my times? Provide me with a document in black and white or in writing like you're supposed to do, Jeremy Corbyn. Are you listening, Jeremy Corbyn? Because I know you're fucking watching my videos, yeah? I know you're fucking watching my videos, Jeremy Corbyn, yeah? And I don't give a toss whether you went to school where they don't use profanity, yeah? With your fucking stuck-up class wars, yeah? Who the fuck are you to tell us about profanity? We're Cockney-speaking Londoners, yeah? You live with it, and you have been, whether you like it or not, yeah? When we fucking swear, yeah? It doesn't mean it's talking about two people having sexual intercourse, yeah? You fucking stupid. Yeah, sorry people, sorry. But you have to accept us, yeah? We are people now who are able to reach out to the world, who speak from different levels of education and be it private, be it public schools. So our voice and the way we express ourselves isn't going to be something which is script written. When people like Donald Trump talk about cloakroom talk, grabbing the pussy and stuff like that, yeah? The kids talk that kind of talk in the playgrounds today. And they have been before. So it's okay to criticise some people but not other people? Is that the way it goes? Criticising with your laws? Let me come and get myself a coffee. We're going to find out soon from a lawyer why Jeremy Corbyn's refusal, and I believe it's got. Good morning to you. Can I have a filter coffee, please, brother? How are you?
I'm good, sir. We don't have filter coffee, but we got Americano.
This is Pret, yeah?
No, this is Costa.
Ah, Costa. Oh, I see.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong shop. Thank you. I didn't even look. I was too dull to see what's going on. So we're going to find out soon about Jeremy Corbyn's role, because I believe his brother, who said that Jeremy Corbyn was responsible. I believe Piers Corbyn was telling the truth, and he was a councillor. Yeah, so don't fucking tell me that you ain't responsible. And I suspect I know the reasons why, but I'm not allowed to tell you, because the judge had ruled that I shouldn't mention a name, which is bollocks. Now, it's just ironic that that same question was asked to me by the former diplomat of the Lebanese embassy here in London when I was invited after Babda Palace, the president's office, asked me to go down to the Lebanese embassy and that he was going to talk to them and to meet the ambassador. And it was Hazem Abdel Samad who told me a similar question, being, was the president, Michel Sleiman that is, the president at the time when you was detained and you told them that you received a call from the president and you was arrested during the hunger strike? And I said yes. So it's that, was he in leadership? It's that, pattern. Yeah, professionals will be better able to debunk that. And I open a questionnaire. I'm looking forward to doing some kind of questionnaire because I get a lot of live people on my broadcast. It would be nice to interact with them as well and answer questions. And hopefully we can get some information from the public about this, because if I'm finding it difficult approaching lawyers in London, do you know what I mean? Lawyers in London, where you lot all boast that, yeah, we get free lawyers. Yeah? Why is it I can't get a lawyer to do the job without having to walk out or put the phone down and think what a bunch of fucking sectarian cunts they are? Because it is lawyers who decide. Lawyers and barristers, and more essentially, the owners of those firms, the owners of the law firms, who decide whether they want to allow you the justice that you're entitled to or not. That's what it is. That's what it is, and that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. It's if they don't like your face, or if you walk in with something you dressed they didn't like. How are you? Please, may I have a filter coffee?
We don't do filter coffee.
Is this Pret?
Yes, but we don't have it here.
Ah, you don't have it here.
No, sir.
I'm sorry?
The closest is Wood Green.
So if I want a filter coffee, I have to go to Wood Creek.
Yeah.
How comes you don't do it here?
Maybe we don't have space, that's why here is more.
Filter coffee.
Yes.
I see. All the Pret.
Here around no press with filter.
I see.
Wood Green is the nearest.
I see. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Let's feed the Arabs our money. But actually, let me try one of these coffees here. So, I remember when I was talking to the General Adel Mashmoushi, who was Colonel Adel Mashmoushi at the time when I spoke to him, of the Internal Security Forces, about 20 minutes after President Michel Sleiman DMs me asking me for my mobile number. And he said to me, Sam, you have lawyers in London, you get these free. You have welfare benefits they give you. All this and all that. And I'm thinking, how delusional has he been fed with information, with the intricacies and the anomalies of saying you get free legal help, you get welfare benefits, without knowing that the moment you walk into a shop, when you get your welfare benefits and you buy a bag of shopping and it comes up to barely one carrier bag and it's 40 quid, and that's a huge percentage off of your welfare benefits, which they are now deducting. They're deducting my welfare benefits. I done a live podcast. I done a non-live podcast yesterday and broadcasted it last night. It's over an hour. I talk on that as well.
You are going there now? But just text me which days you are going so I can inform them. Okay? I'll text you that I'll text you the address. But how much you will charge? Same like here?
Do you know what? Oh, go back. Yeah, look, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I want to get some bread and I want to get some things. I do want to talk, but I'm also in a dodgy area. That's the baby I'm looking for. Look at that. £3.99, Nazar coffee. Welsh.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi, man.
How are you? Shukran. Merci.
Thank you, brother.
Shukran. This is our chicken, nothing like the one in Lebanon with the tomb. It's about £8 that chicken there, roast chicken. 7.50, £8. So we've just been to 3 shops to get coffee. Let's go with it. Let's do it there. السلام
Om ich will 5 minutes, Maxi.
حبيبي فنجان قهوة أبيض أبيض white coffee please حبيبي أيوة coffee however you like مثل ما بتعمل الإكسبريسو وبعدين بتحط المي والحليب
خلاص معليش انا باش نشوف شحال الى بيضاء ولا قهوه.
أكواب The food, lovely food.
عندك قهوه
ماشي مشكل
لا
حبيبي هذا
عفوا. Yeah, I'm in Jeremy Corbyn's territory right now. North Islington. Across the road from the mosque over there. And I've done a scene in the mosque where I've confronted the imam of the mosque. Khuzbar or Kuzbar, whatever his name is. One of those Muslim leaders that the Western-backed Lebanese side have stuck here in Islington.
If you want more coffee, I'll put you more coffee, yeah? It's white, look.
لا ريحة هي perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect حبيبي.
ها 2 pound حبيبي. ايه شارجر يا
هدي يا أخونا.
اسمع اسمه كده
See, I like you Arabs. Did you see that? That's one cup. That's one spoon there. One spoon. Unlike you Arabs, you stick 4, 5, 6 sugars in your coffee. Sugar. That's it. One sugar. Sugar is a killer. Sugar is a killer. That is my first coffee I'm about to do. Yeah, let's just drink this coffee and talk to my audience. Finsbury Park, we're Blackstock Road. And let me just enter into I just want to inform the public that these politicians who are shouting Palestine, free Palestine, they're not who they are. They're not who they seem. They are under instruction. They are not free to speak what they want to speak. And though I believe that Piers Corbyn is right in saying it was Jeremy Corbyn's responsibility, I believe he has an issue with politicians that stop him from helping me. I believe that. I believe in the same way that Lebanon has a mafia, and that mafia, usually the word mafia is very well associated with casinos. And I believe that there is a mafia, this mafia that are obviously the government, but a part which are the silent ones, and those are the cult, you know, Mossad. And you understand? That's what I believe. Let's put this down here. Oh, there you are. Would you believe? There we go. يعني I believe that the reputation of the politicians in Lebanon is being tarnished, is being belittled with my presidential case. It's not just the typical someone got arrested and that and that. Nah. It doesn't work like that. It is high profile case. Whether I like it or not, it is a high profile case. When you're talking about receiving a phone call from a president, and because you said that, they used enforcements that would detain you in a manner in which you've never been detained before, Section 2 of the Mental Health Act. I'm a fucking former Hewlett-Packard employee. Yeah, that was my last permanent job. 27 years I've been in the IT sector, managing staff, tendering for contracts, managing contracts. IT is a small world, you know, in London. I'm IT all trained. I've worked on government contracts before. I've run and rolled out the backup supply of the banking sector during the credit crunch when there was terrorism threats. It was me who rolled it out. And me who placed them where they were. In the second location. But the servers, the brains of the IT sector, the edge, as Israel calls it, that they have the edge, the IT edge. I've arranged for deliveries of your high-profile Cisco IT to locations such as sheds, where they keep them in sheds because it's in disguise. I've delivered Tony Blair's laptop. Do you understand that? When you get trusted in a career to not only do that, but process the orders of the likes of Prince Andrew and the other royals, Prince Philip. Prince Philip was one of the ones I used to process his orders when I was working at Hills Furniture. I've done jobs that I can boast. It's not boasting if it's true, is it? But I've had to divert and change career paths because this is us expats, yeah. We're never going to get treated the same as our people. Never. And a very important person told me that. One of the people who actually works for the mafia now in Lebanon. Sam, they're not going to treat you, the employers are not going to treat you the way they should. There will always be discriminating against you. My country needs me, he said. I'm going back to my country. And he got the highest results in the exams in England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. And he went back to Lebanon. So, Mr. Corbyn, several hundred people watching now. watching a 17-day hunger striker. A British Lebanese Arab living in London since 1973. When I was in school, yeah, Pink Floyd sung our school, from our school, The Wall. We don't need your education. That was in my school. Those were our prefix. I pay more tax than your average person that has in a career. I've been let down by lawyers in this country. And had these been followed through process and procedure, for example, the Lebanese embassy violating their protocols on numerous occasions, supposedly supposed to be a neutral, non-biased organisation, or whatever you want to call them, but no, they even compromised my information. They even compromised my fucking privacy. Rami Mortada, the ambassador of the Lebanese embassy. So you lot who think I use profanity, oh, that's the one that swears a lot. Yeah. There's a limit. There's a limit. There's a limit. And also you have to understand that this is our culture in talking. Whether you're a fucking prime minister or a president or not, I don't give a toss. Yeah, wake up to us real people who earn money the hard way, who sweat and earn money the hard way. Unlike you lot, where you just bend over and take it off of your masters. This coffee is shit. So I'm due accountability, and I know I am. And I've been told by top diplomat, Hazem Abdul Samad. So you go figure that out, yeah? Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Lebanon. Why the fuck have you ignoring my case? I have to come on YouTube now to talk to you because you don't understand emails, yeah? You don't understand black and white pen and paper, yeah? You don't understand that. You only understand terrorism. Yeah, terrorism is what makes you react. Yeah, Lebanese government. It's only terrorism that makes you want to react. What's his name again? Raghead. Yusuf Raghi. Been handed over my case by Professor Ibrahim Musawi. And then it sits in his file, in his office. Sits there roasting, fermenting. What, you got priorities, have you? Yusuf Raghi? Wenak. This is how I talk to you now, but before I addressed you politely on social media. Just like the First Lady, yeah? The First Lady, I don't know what her name is. So I'm starting to address you lot to raise awareness of what's going on, how police here are using your names to obtain pecuniary advantage in a deceptive way. Tell him my family that I think that I'm, quote, Hariri's friend. Yeah, like fuck. Why would I want to be Hariri's friend? Yeah. Why are police telling my family that so that my family can consent them to detaining me? And then they tell them we'll get him better. We'll make him better. What for? What did I do in the first place? To subject me to be sent to a mental health hospital and shatter my fucking 27 years career in the IT sector? What for? ليش؟ شو هالمنيكة؟ You can't typically approach a lawyer and say, yeah, deal with my case. Oh, by the way, I got a phone call from the president. I recorded it. That's why Lebanese government or Hazem Abdus Samad said, if you recorded it, then they would like that. Well, the Lebanese government would like that. Why don't you like it? Yeah? Lesh, why don't you like it? Because I recorded it. Yeah? Why? Why the fuck don't you like it? Yeah? If I didn't record it, yeah, people think I'm crazy. Yeah? You mug. Do you see that written on my head? Nah. That's why I recorded it. Because if I didn't recorded it, you would have seen that written on my head. So you don't like being exposed now, do you? I beg the government, I beg Rami Mortada not to let me go on social media and expose it. Because if I do, yeah, it's going to go out there and it's going to reach loads. Yeah, and I'm not the best of people to debunk my case in a way which I explain it correctly in the legal manner which it should merit. I'm not. There are many things that happened to me that shouldn't have happened. When you're detained in a mental health hospital, your parents have powers to release you. They write to them and they give them the letter, and they have 3 days to release you. They have to release you within 3 days if their parents say so. Yeah? Letter goes missing. Why? Well, you think the letter goes missing is right? No. Why is my post going missing from the new appointed, quote, mental health lawyer, specialist? Why is the lawyer, specialist lawyer, telling me, Sam, quote, I urge you to inform the public of your findings, unquote. I remember that. And I had to ask her for clarity, because that's me. Yeah, I wanna analyse it in different ways and angles of understanding. What do you mean? I told her. What do you mean by inform the public? Like YouTube, Twitter? She said yes. Social media. So why is a lawyer who specialises in who studied in people who have mental health problems? Yeah. Why is a lawyer telling me to tell the public? Yeah. Is it possible that I could have been harassing someone, which was why they arrested me, charged me for harassment of sending a tweet, the lowest level harassment you get, you can get done for. And so why is it that I'm harassing someone by responding to contacting them on a tweet when it was Boris Johnson who told me to contact them? Hello? Did I just bring up another big name, yeah, to you lot? Have you forgotten where I live? I live doors away from Boris Johnson. You understand? Doors away. Less than a fucking Palestinian stone throw away. Yeah? Why do I talk about Jeremy Corbyn? He's from my constituency. My area, sorry, Islington. He's from Islington North, and I'm from Islington South. But he's from my area. Yeah? So when I bring up these big names, yeah, there's legitimate reason. My case is presidential. I got a phone call for the Prime Minister Saeed Hariri as well. Yeah, let that sink in. If it's not presidential, it's prime ministerial. And I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer to cover public law. I need a lawyer to cover local government council housing. I need a lawyer to cover civil litigation. I need a lawyer to do make claims off of the police, claims off of the private mental health hospital that they threw me over the other side of London and denied me contact with a lawyer when I was entitled to, and took all the post away from me. And every time I have to ask 5-6 times for the law firm to send the post to me in the mental health hospital. While I'm on hunger strike. While I got 4 teeth killing me. Torture. This is what they do in Israel. They fucking torture you with your teeth when they detain you. Pain while I'm on hunger strike. Just water, drinking water and coffee. From water and coffee. ويلي قالك anything else كذابين. ايدي على قلبي عم بحكي الصدق. ايدي على قلبي عم بحكي الصدق. I estimate there was about 1,000 of you watching earlier on, possibly more. I'm not good at, you know, I don't have big personality and blonde hair or blue eyes. No, I don't. But I believe that you have to set an example. As the Lebanese government, you have to set an example on a limit, on a remit, on a red line. You have to do that. What was the word again? Belittling the president's position, his role in what happened to me, and the implications of, because of what he'd done, only because of what he'd done, yeah, by contacting me, by speaking to me on the phone, by me recording it, by me visiting the embassy, by them being biased in their ways, compromising my fucking privacy. Yeah, all the things, all the implications of me being sent to a mental health hospital. You think, yeah, how am I going to go to, say, Google and get a job there? Yeah, because I'm that type of segment. Working for Hewlett Packard was like, you can't get higher than them, really, can you? HP, what, Apple? Different product. That's the segment that they've shattered. So my earning capacity has been shattered, and I'm resorting to welfare benefits now. Hey, come on, ya Lebanon. You've got lawyers out there who are sitting down doing nothing, yeah? Who have got the capacity to bring forth action and make money from it for yourself, because I'm a generous man, yeah? And I believe in sharing. Exactly in the same way that what I'm doing right now here is not just for me. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I represent expats across the world. I am an example. I am an excellent example of expats across the world, whether I like it or you like it or not. Because my case is presidential. My case is prime ministerial. Be it Prime Minister in Lebanon or Prime Minister Boris Johnson here in this country. يعني شو هيدا؟ Grow a pair of balls, ya Lebanon. Yeah? You dual nationals out there. What about you, Minister Nicolau, or whatever his name is? Yeah? Former Minister of Communications in Lebanon. Yeah? You showed interest when you was following me. You told me that you were a Pink Floyd lover. Minister Nicolau, if I'm pronouncing the name right. Yeah, former Minister of Communications. When you see me tweeting from my British Lebanese account, and you were seeing me exposing what I was exposing, your response to me was keep tweeting, keep telling the keep tweeting, you said, which is keep telling the public. So you got the bollocks to tell that to me in a tweet. Yeah, because we clicked because we have one thing in common. Yeah, that you're a Pink Floyd lover as well. But not doing nothing about it. What about you, former Speaker of Lebanon? Yeah? I spoke to you on the phone. Former Speaker of Lebanon. Farzili, whatever his name is. You have to forgive me. I'm not an Arab who is familiar with these Arabic names to the extent of remembering them and memorizing them. I've lived there since 1973. Do you expect me to? What about you, Minister? Speaker? What was your advice? Change your formula, you said. When you spoke to me on my phone. On your mobile, I spoke to you. You asked me to call you. You wanted to apologise to me about a tweet. Didn't you? Yeah, you remember that? Get the message out to him so he knows. Yeah? Turn away, shy away when accountability is required. How many politicians were following me? Untold. 20 odd. More, 23. In Lebanon. Leaders. Hayward. But when we call them cunts, they don't like it anymore. He doesn't deserve his human rights anymore. He just called me a cunt. Does that mean your human rights get removed? Where do you see that in any fucking law book in any country? Yeah, that your human rights should be moved from you, yeah, because you called them a cunt. Why don't you do your job properly, yeah, so that us professionals wouldn't resort to lowering our intellect to your level of fucking treatment to us? Why don't you stop people calling you cunts instead of by getting them arrested, yeah, because you think you got a big cock, yeah, and you could do that by clicking a finger or telling the secretary you've just fucked. Get us criminalised for it, like David Lammy is doing here in England. I see it in front of my eyes. People contacting him, asking him for help. People contact politicians asking for help for a fucking reason, yeah, because you've got a job to do. And when you ain't doing it, yeah, it doesn't mean we can't come on social media and call you a cunt and you strip us from our legal rights. Yeah? You stuck up cunts out there, yeah? Fuck off with your class wars. Ilham Deen can't be Israel. You are the problem of our country. So Lebanon, we Lebanese community, what you need to understand is you're not being educated with the implications and the beauty, the glorious beauty of unity. Being educated with how to be united means you are a credible force. Yeah? Turning off your fucking page on your screen after you watch this and doing nothing, or whatever it is subject that reaches to you or has impacted you, and just doing nothing about it, yeah, means that when you do the same thing and you're not getting the result, you don't go and do it again and again and again, yeah? I mean, who knows, from where I am now, we could create a movement for Lebanon, for Syria, for Palestine, for Libya. And that movement can consist of lawyers, it can consist of barristers, it can consist of politicians, councillors, ministers, as expats abroad, that movement can have all the facilities in it available, resources to us expats who are having a hard time in all the everyday to-day things that we do, the expenses that we have to pay, the food that we have to buy, the products that we have to buy, the medicine that we need. If all of us know a chemist, a butcher, an internet provider, open up a charity, and that charity facilitates you to receive cheaper products, cheaper goods, cheaper law help, cheaper school education, cheaper classes, more resources available. Why is it in London here, yeah, when I look up at charities, yeah, and I do a search on charities available, when you put up you're a Jew, you see the list of charities that come up compared to when you're not. You do it. You do it. They get all the help they can have. They get all the help they need. Do you understand that? Yeah, Lebanese, I care not if you're Palestinian, Christian, or a Druze, or even what are Lebanese Jewish people, because boy, are you out there. I only spoke to my mum not long ago and I found out that someone, they're still Jewish Lebanese people. Yeah, Jewish Lebanese. Unity can achieve everything you buy in a family, as a single parent growing up, yeah, to a reduced price. The law, the legal help that you need can be put forward to the community. I called Lebanese embassy asking them for a list of Lebanese lawyers. They wouldn't do it. Cunts. That's what they are. Because that's what I spoke to the president about. That's what I spoke to the president's General Adel Mashmoushi. Yeah? Why are they not doing that? Yeah? Yeah, Akhwat al-Sharmuta, and the contacts to do that. I would have had my case resolved by now, but nah. Ambassador Rami Mortada is an arse licker to the Zionist. Everybody in the Lebanese embassy here in London are the equivalent of the Zionist government in Lebanon. Yeah? So I've got no anti-Zionist government to represent me. Fumtu? Yeah? So when Professor and Dr. Ibrahim Musawi followed me, yeah, it was only because I sent him a message on, probably, I don't know, I suspect, I sent him a message on Facebook asking him to forward my case to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Lebanon. I want Lebanon to make a decision. And when I wanted Lebanon to make a decision on it, yeah, there was the anti-Zionists that were in charge. Walid Haidar was handed over my presidential case. Walid Haidar was in charge in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Lebanon. Now I get that fucking rag. Yeah, I get that rag who does nothing. Well, let me tell you, sir, I won't call you such. I would have swore at you and used profanity if you'd done your job. If you'd done your job. But that's the problem when you've got old furniture in the house in Lebanon. When you've got old furniture in the house. When I mean old furniture, I'm talking about the government. Yeah, the same faces. Yeah, the owns and all these sectarianized leaders. Yeah, when you got all that, يعني شو بدي أقول؟ شيلوا الكلط من لبنان، ليش ما شلتوها من زمان؟ yeah? ليش ما شلتوا هدول اللي عم يسمموا الدم اللبناني. ليش ما شلتوها؟ ليش؟ هلا هبطوا لكم بناياتكم وكل شبابكم وكسروا عرض اللبنانيين والديجنتي. هلا استلموكم. ما لازم يكون في American Embassy in Lebanon. لازم شلتوها من زمان. شو بدي اقول؟ on that note I'll bid you a good day. يعني اللي عم بعمل فيني حط حالي بالمشاكل. شو بدي اقول؟ فرقانة معكم. أنا the one who can speak. I am not an eloquent speaker. I'm not an eloquent talker. But I can speak, and I can. I understand normal communication, civil communication. I understand that. And I am professional from that aspect. I wouldn't have received the Bronze Award of Customer Service Excellence from Hewlett Packard. I wouldn't have received that. I got that certificate behind me. No one could take that away from me. You could take my fucking job, but you can't take that away from me. That stays with me. My knowledge stays with me. I'm offering myself out to Lebanon. If you need me, I'm ready for you. In Lebanon. To make Lebanon better. And I'm not talking from a political side. Because you won't get me going into politics. You won't get me going into politics because I end up exposing all you cunts in there. I'll end up being a loner in the corner of your parliament. That's what I'll be. To help the country, I'm ready for sponsorship. Oh boy, pigeons there. I'm ready for a sponsorship. Any lectures that were for universities in Lebanon, of just meeting an expat from outside who can bring in some talk and discussion to refresh their minds, change their help their coping with what's happening around them. And I pity them. They are my people. Those young people there, they are my future's hopes and aspirations. I fear for what's happening in Lebanon. I think that the only way forward right now is to take control of Lebanon. Remove the bad furniture. In that furniture there are little tiny things there. They eat away with the wood. Those fucking maggots. We need to get rid of them. Throw them away. Burn them from the political positions that they're in. Not literally. But I believe that Lebanon should be a direct democracy country. We've got oil coming out of our ears and arse. We've got gas. And so as a result of that, we have a power of oil that's sweeter than Libya's oil, in my belief, which doesn't need to be processed in the way with too much costs. At the same token, being in such a strategic place in Lebanon, I believe that Israel should have been wiped out by now by Iran. I've already seen scenes that there's an alleged, what they call it, a ceasefire. There's no fucking ceasefire. There's no such thing as a ceasefire when it comes to the cult. Remove that perception. It's a concept. It's a concept, which is not a reality. It is a concept to say that there is a ceasefire. I believe that if Iran doesn't flatten Israel, on a constant daily basis for the next 6 months, then I fear for Lebanon. I fear for all the Lebanese people. If Iran doesn't bomb the American posts and other countries join, because this could be a seriously triggering of steering of. I mean, we're dealing with the world powers here, aren't we? So let's get that clear, crystal clear. Yeah, they are the world powers. Yeah, they have everything they need to do whatever they want. We can see that. We're being demonstrated that. Yeah, and they're going to kill off all the Palestinians to make sure that there's no witnesses that will come out and speak. I believe that we could steer that away from their plans. But with the Lebanese government, in order to deal with the Lebanese government, you have to push them out of the way. Yeah, tell them, look, fuck off. Yeah, go sit down in a corner. Yeah, we don't want you. Yeah, you are no longer in power. Yeah, and remove them. Yeah, and if there's any poison in them, yeah, you have to bring medicine and feed those who have been poisoned with medicine to make their minds better. Yeah, those ones that are Zionist, culted type, you have to remove them. Remove the embassy from Lebanon and deal with it properly. Yeah, deal with it properly like it's your country. It has oil, and when you have oil and gas, yeah, it's phenomenal what can happen. You know, I'm a believer in when the justice becomes law, resistance is duty. Yeah, and when I say that, what I'm doing is indirectly and incorrectly translating an international law that exists. Someone else will be better than me that are doing that. That's the way I see it. If a bully in here in London, when I was at school with King Robbo, let me give you this example because this is a very, very good story here that's coming through the art world. Yeah, John Robertson, King Robbo, at school, right, he was the strongest fighter. And as a result of that, he was a bully in my school. And he was very annoying. And me and a couple of other Turks and basically the rest of people in my class, he was the strongest fighter in the school. And I was probably allegedly the 4th or the 5th. And we're talking about when we were about between the ages of 4 and 11 here. So we arranged that we were going to stop this bulliness. And John was a very tall man. John Robertson? Fuck it. He was 7 foot something, 7'6" or something like that. I don't know what it is, but he was tall. He was very tall. One day when we were playing football in the playground at school at playtime, we found a mop stick, and we organised that he was going to get a beating. This is John Robertson. His family probably have seen my videos and got to know about this when he was young, because I've spoken about this before in my podcasts. And I gave the stick to the one that had stronger will than I did, a Turkish guy. I can't remember his name, is Yatay or something like that. But there was me, Yashar, John Robertson, Paul. I'm glad I didn't say their surname just in case. And this Turkish guy hit King Robbo on the leg with the stick, and he started crying. When he started crying, everybody was shocked in the playground, was surrounded. The biggest bully in the school got beaten, and that he was crying, and that we were seeing he was crying. Now you think, this was in school, this was us kids between the age of 4 to 11 before we moved on to secondary school. Now you think, did you see that when you beat the bully? That person changed. And I'll tell you, from that fucking day on, I'll tell you that the reason why King Robbo went to Palestine to perform on the walls was because he endorsed his support for Palestine. Yeah? And the reason why I'm so fucking angry is because they killed him. They killed him. He died mysteriously. Check it. Channel 4 award-winning documentary. It's called Graffiti Wars. Google it. Graffiti Wars. It's on YouTube as well. Yeah. He died mysteriously. King Robbo, yeah, was the artwork that he does was worth millions. It's worth millions now. Look at his stuff. So I want you to be informed that hope is real. I want you to also be informed that the bully can't be a bully for that long. Yeah, their credibility, their image will be shattered. Look at them, they're coming out. They're leaving Palestine like it's nobody's business. So there's already change. There's already change. But I don't have faith in Iran. And I believe in that. As I did. Oh boy. A fly on my hand. I don't believe that. I did a podcast earlier. I don't believe that Iran is cut out to be who they are portraying they are now. I believe that there's been a coup going on already. Must be a coup that have happened in the last couple of years in Iran, and that all this, what's happening now with Palestine and Lebanon and Syria, and all these are meant to happen because they're orchestrating it to happen. Because let's face it, all these leaders in Iran who have been killed, presidents assassinated, this means that the infiltration has been completed. That's why I see. That's what I see. That's the way I see it. Ayatollah Khomeini has done a deal. Sorry, but you have to fucking think outside the box, yeah? You have to bring forth other views of other expats from a different part of the world so that you can sit down and if I'm wrong, so what? But I want to put my input out there because first of all, I want my case out into the world, and this is one way of me doing it. Yeah, by involving myself in the political side of it. Yeah, and the other way is, yeah, you understand? That's who I am. I'm a British Lebanese. Yeah, I've got the guts to wear this. But I will tell you one thing that's different to me about the rest of you. I don't go to protest. You've never seen me protest in the last 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years. I'm 55. I don't go to protests. I went to see one in Occupy on a few occasions to see what was going on there, and I met a Jewish journalist, independent Jewish journalist called Maurice Herman, who interviewed Jeremy Corbyn before, who Syrian girl, he interviewed Syrian girl as well before. Yeah, I've already allowed one journalist to interview me. Yeah, and I've been offered by too many to remember, including BBC at least 3-4 times, including them trying to intercept me and talk to me, thinking that I didn't know that they were talking to me. Yeah, because that's how they act, that's how they function, and they'll bring in all sorts of people like Palestinians. I've had an Al Jazeera young little student girl try to talk to me, get my views without me knowing. But when I debunked her as Al Jazeera, it fell apart. It didn't materialise as an interview. So I'll only go on interviews if I know that my case is being dealt with. Yeah, I'm only interested in informing my Lebanese community of what happened to me. It's because a lawyer told me to tell you this. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, what I'm doing is legal advice. What a lawyer told me to tell you this. It's not something that I'm doing because I want to. I believe that the Lebanese embassy are in complete and utter violation of their protocols in many ways, which I can sit down and discuss with a human rights lawyer, a public lawyer, or people who are aware of protocols, international protocols. And I believe in sharing. Should be well locked up in there, there's an I'm showing 59 people, but I believe that there's over 700, 600 at least, if not more, maybe even more than that. But shukran ala your observation. وطلعوا المسج out. I believe that فينا نخترع movement يلي بتساعدنا الexpats لأنه نحنا we're always going to be demonized, yeah, and they are there. I warn you lot there that they are there to break your families abroad, to break your you as expats of the motherland. They will infiltrate your own family because they done it to mine. Yeah, they sent one of my sisters over to New York to get trained, yeah, in undesired jobs. Yeah, they done it to my other sisters, but they don't know. They didn't know that they done it until I got it debunked by showing articles from UK Column and other declassified news and other outlets about how they target Palestinians, Syrians, Lebanese, Yemenis. كلاتهم بدهم يجيبوا all their enforcements of all the bad jobs that they have in government. They want to give them to these people. Yeah, and I say to you, don't compromise your moral compass. Don't compromise it. Yeah, stay away from these jobs that are that you don't even need to read any law books to know that what you're doing, representing the job that you're doing, is actually a deliberately picking you for your colour of your skin. Yeah, like David Lammy, yeah, black guy, big, massive, tall guy, yeah, picked in that job for a legitimate reason. Yeah, could do the dirty work. Yeah, Rishi Sunak, same thing. Traffic wardens, same thing. Police, same thing. Police jobs, mental health, even same thing. I know what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I could talk at length, and I really haven't done myself any justice in bringing up particular niches of what had happened to me. But I just want to make sure that I want you to know that I'm also there available to answer you. I'm also there available to, I don't go on Spaces other than my own Spaces room, and I know I rock the boat by even being in people's spaces, but I don't jump into spaces in disguise. Yeah, I know that if I did come onto them, I will be. I will do well in it. I also know that even if I raised my own podcasts, and done my own YouTubing podcast with interviewing people, I know that I could pull in significant people with clout as well. You just use your transferable skills in the current climate that you're in. Yeah, there's a lot of things. The world is my oyster. And I'm offering myself to Lebanon. That's what I'm doing. I'm offering myself to Lebanon. On that note, Assalamu alaikum with my right hand to the anti-Zionists of Lebanon. Assalamu alaikum with my left hand to you Israeli-backed Lebanese government. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Allah ma'akum.